Who do we have? We have the devil. Okay. The 15 energy. What do we have to let go of? What are we not moving past? Welcome to your daily focus for November the 11th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Well, we have the 11th. In the 11th month, we have the 11th day. So the 11 is so strong. That's one of our master numbers. That is the teacher. That is the illuminator. That is the energy that asks us for self-sacrifice, for courage, for taking on and meeting our responsibilities and obligations, for walking in our integrity, for taking the long road, by making a commitment and turning our focus on that commitment and giving it our all. The 11 energy is also about clearing out what no longer has value in your life. No longer matches your beliefs, your truth. The things that stand in your way. If we do the numerology of the day, we have a 27. And if I'm not mistaken, the lunar eclipse that's coming up on the 19th is at 27 degrees of Taurus. So we'll be revisiting this numerology again. The 27, great things can happen today. If you have the focus, if you have the will, if you have the determination, if you ask for the help of others, and trust me, under 27 energy, they will want to help. They will want your success. Some of them maybe more than even you do. 2 plus 7 is a 9. 9 is clearing the way for the new seeds that we want to plant. Of making sure that we don't leave anything undone. Or perhaps it's leaving behind our past. And being present. And knowing that we can do anything going forward that we want to if we put it towards the time, the energy, the resources. Now, you can't teach a fish to climb a tree, but surely, I'm sure you have passions and dreams and desires and goals. And yes, they are obtainable. But there will be a price. I mean, we've been getting the 3 of Pentacles on and off now for a couple of weeks, couple of months maybe. A couple of months sounds closer to the truth. And that's rolling up your sleeves and getting to work and doing the small things, the mundane. And not caring if anybody's watching or paying attention, but we're doing them for ourselves, for our path forward. The 9 is about clearing the way for those new beginnings to actually happen. And I was tying it somehow to the lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse, that's a full moon energy. That is about letting go. So maybe we are identifying those things right now, not necessarily getting them out of the way, although we could be working towards that goal, absolutely. But it's not a thing, we're more identifying it. We're more seeing where our blind spots are, where our perception needs to change, where we take ownership of our power, our empowerment, our truth, our belief in ourselves. And we write the narrative going forward. The 11 energy asks so much of us, but the rewards are that much greater. And knowing that under the 27 energy, great things, successes can happen. It's like the hand of God comes down with everything right there for you. Except he holds it up just a little bit and he says, you're going to work for this one. But it's yours. Whatever it is, losing 10 pounds, getting healthier, growing that relationship deeper, getting that promotion, helping out in the community, feeling better about who you are. It could be emotional scars that we have to take care of. Letting go of the past. Maybe that's who you were, but you're not that person anymore going forward. And making that determination, making that statement that that's the way I used to be, but I'm not anymore. This is the way I am now. And moving forward. And the steps are hard at first, absolutely. And it's easy to fall, and that's okay. Brush yourself off and say, okay, let's start again. And again and again and again until I find that one day I don't have to start over again. The Two of Pentacles. This is one of the cards that tried to fall out yesterday, I believe. But it was with a whole bunch of others. This is saying whatever decisions you make right now are good decisions to move you forward. You're not going to be making bad decisions right now. But you have to make the decision. And you have to weigh it out, and you have to think it through. No decision is a decision. And trust me, the path is much harder when you make no decision and just let things play out. Sometimes we have to take that bull by the horn. Sometimes we have to do our due diligence, meet our obligations, adhere to our responsibilities, and make those decisions, make those calls, make those next steps. So watch out for procrastination when you're trying to make those decisions, because those decisions are important right now. You write the narrative. Okay, Sun is in Scorpio. Moon is in Aquarius. Oh, the moon is going over Jupiter then, probably today. Oh, so there is generosity, there is optimism, there's feeling good, there's wanting to expand your happiness, your joy, your sense of self-worth. It's about wanting to expand your abundance, bringing in good fortune, luck, happiness, joy, love. So raise your vibration. Just wake up and just give a big stretch and a yawn, and it's going to be a great day today. And stand in that Superman pose, because we haven't talked about that in a long time. Stand in that Superman pose and just imagine your day unraveling with you just with a smile on your face, whistling all the way through it. Whistling, dancing, do a little tap dance every now and again. Judgment. Decision-making time. Where do I want to go? What do I need to do in order to actually take those steps? It's about rolling up your sleeves. It's about getting to work. It's about doing the necessary things in order to accomplish the great successes that you want, or even the small successes that you want going forward. This is a time to say, okay, if I didn't do enough yesterday or last week or last month, today is a new day. That was my old story. I'm rewriting the narrative. That's who I was. That's not who I'm going to be going forward. Maybe I don't like going to get the mail, so when I go, oh my gosh, it's hard to get everything out of that little box because it's all jammed in there. So I'm going to make a commitment to do that mail every single day so that it doesn't become a job. It's just a small task, like it should be. Maybe I always find that I'm racing to grab that transit because I'm not getting up on time. I'm hitting that snooze button. So that was yesterday. So going forward, I no longer will hit that snooze button. I have to get up when that alarm goes off. No ifs, ands, and buts. And trust me on that one. You try and break yourself of that one, that could take weeks, okay? So be patient with yourself. Okay? It took time to build the habit. It's going to take time to erase the habit and replace it with a new action, a new way of being, becoming. Oh, strong energy. Wow, we have the Lovers here. This is about embracing you, love, your passions, another. This is about deepening love, relationships. This is about deepening your passions. your desires. Maybe we're researching again a little bit. We're finding out some truths. We're finding out some things that we didn't even imagine. But now that we're looking into it, it's like, wow, I didn't even know this part existed. This part is really interesting. And off you go. Maybe it's backing up and seeing why you started with this person in the first place, and remembering all those things that used to just light up your entire life. And pay attention to those things and stop worrying about all the little details. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, then it doesn't matter. I had a boyfriend once actually leave me because of that rule. Because he goes, you never fight. And I go, well, it's not worth fighting about. You didn't do it. I brought it to your attention. I'd like you to do it, but I did it in the meantime. What else is there to say? You want to fight about it? I don't want to fight about it. It's not going to matter in 5 years. I'm not going to remember this moment in 5 years. So don't worry about it. It's not a biggie. And he couldn't take it. He couldn't take that there was not going to be an argument. It was almost like he felt like that was my true rebellion, of not giving him the satisfaction of a fight, of a screaming match, of walking away in anger. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, but if it doesn't matter in 5 years, then it shouldn't matter. And if it does matter in 5 years, then you need to sit down and address it and talk about it and grow your relationship, fix that relationship. So it's not so much about what they do in the relationship, but more of how you are interpreting the relationship. We start to get this idea in our head that they need to be this and that and the other thing. And when they don't live up to our expectations, oh, wait a minute. But they're just really being them. So what are we missing? What are we not understanding? And what do we need to talk about? And the Hierophant. 1111, I tell you. 3 of the major arcana comes up for the 1111 energy. The Hierophant. You possess the sage wisdom and the intuition. You already possess that connection with God, your angels, your spirit guides, that divine, beautiful energy, the Creator. And they're all within, and it's all a resource. You have this unlimited resource within you. But you need to understand how to go inside and really have that conversation with yourself and dig out that dusty old box that you never thought you had to go into, and rehash that knowledge, that wisdom. It's kind of like riding a bike, right? You ride a bike, you put it in the dusty box because you stop riding the bike because you got your driver's license. 30 years later, you go, I think I want to ride my bike. And out you come, and oh yes, it takes a second. But you just dust off that box and away you go. And a lot of the information, I remember I was giving a talk to some girls, and they were about 12 to 15 years of age, and we were talking about spirituality and the whatnot. And I said, okay, so you don't believe you already have the resource inside of you. And we're born with it. And we're kind of taught somehow not to look within. Usually we were told that we were bad, or we were dumb, or that that's not the way it's done, and went against that inner voice, that knowledge within us that said, no, that's actually right. And we turn it off somehow. I said, so you tell me how this bird hatches from this egg, eventually meets other birds, joins a crew, knows that they have to fly with all these other birds miles and miles and miles. And then, just when they're starting to feel good about life, they have to fly all the way back again. They don't, so they all get together again. And then they come back and they know how to build a nest. And I was watching a little thing about how the bird was kind of flapping its feathers and everything to kind of push everything into the sides, and it was kind of cool. And then they knew to lay the eggs, and then they knew that they had to sit on those eggs, and when those eggs hatched, they knew they had to feed those eggs feed those chicks and care for them. I said, how do they know all that? Because there's no books that a bird can read, and obviously the parents didn't give, I'm sure, a list. So how do they know to do all these things? Because they were born with this wisdom. We're born with wisdom. If you believe in past lives, then absolutely, I can easily say to you that you bring in the wisdom of past lives, but you have to dust off that box. Sometimes you don't even know that box exists. The answers are within you, inside. Look within, meditate. Be in the moment and say, okay, what words am I living my life by? And does it go with who I am? Or am I adopting somebody else's words, thoughts, goals, desires? Am I working somebody else's agenda, or am I working my own? Is there a give and take? Am I giving too much? Am I taking too much? What things need to change in my life in order for me to truly go forward in the steps I need to go? This is about enhancing your world. This is about enhancing, you're going to feel that Jupiter energy, and it's going to be within. This is a beautiful day to talk to yourself about how to bring in that joy, that celebration, that happiness, that expansion, that optimism that you carry every day with yourself. How you can be more generous, how you can accept other people's generosity, whether it's their words or their actions. Okay, I'm done my little tangent. There's a seriousness to that. It's about figuring out where you're tripping, where you've got roadblocks set in the way. I don't even know where my phone is. I don't know why Siri's listening again. That was Siri.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Go away, Siri. I don't edit.
Okay.
Okay. Siri is gone. I guess I said seriousness. That might have been what triggered it. Originality, blaze your own trail. Originality, blaze your own trail. With, we had our new moon, and Uranus was involved with it. And I did look back. It was 3 moons leading up to this new moon. So this is the 4th new moon in a row where we've had Uranus as a part of the energy that we are walking with. So for 4 months, things can change on a dime. If we are looking for it, we can blaze our own trail. We can go forward in the way we want. We can step into a new reality. We can, and no, it's not easy. We have to roll up our sleeves. We have to get to work. We have to make a commitment to ourselves. We have to have a patience and a discipline with ourselves as well, and move our focus. And if we haven't been good at it, then it's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take, and not to throw in the towel on yourself, to believe in yourself, to know that if you want it, chances are it's already waiting for you. Blaze your own trail. Originality. I love this mantra, but it's too long. You have to make your own. So be a go-getter. Be a free spirit. Exhibit originality, courage, defiance. You were born to succeed and breathe excitement, love, and life into the lives of others as well as your own. Do not worry about the chaotic ways. Be loving and generous. The mantra is, love me without fear, trust me without wondering, love me without restriction, love me without demands, for I am worth it. So it's raising that confidence, that level of confidence in yourself, in your knowing that you got what it takes in order to go forward. You already have that sage wisdom within you. You already have that intuition. And sometimes we have to build on it again, work that muscle, retrieve. You'd be amazed at how much can come to you. Napoleon Hill talks about he would bring certain people to his table when he was going in his mind to think. So a decision had to be made or a course of action had to be taken. And so he'd get people like Abraham Lincoln at his table and Winston Churchill at his table and have a whole bunch of people there, and he would discuss with them and lean to them. Well, it was his own mind, but it was the way of him opening up those boxes to come to the answers, to come to the conclusions, to come to the understandings, to bring in the clarity. So maybe a parent has passed of yours. Bring them into the conversation. It may be their words, it may be your own wisdom. But know that you have a way of connecting with that wisdom, and it's within you. Then get excited for where you're going. Look at this, new beginnings, as I say that. New beginnings. Cleansing, newness, grateful, promise, new birth. You cannot climb a mountain if you will not take a risk, or if you will not risk a fall. Robin tells you it's time to pull yourself from the sludge of the past, wipe yourself clean, mend the wounds and scratches. Don't you just love the way it all comes together? That occurred in the journey. Your angels and guides will be on hand to help. It's a great day to offer your gratitude for what you do have, and knowing that you won't be let down if you ask, believe, and expect that changes can occur in your life. Yes, there isn't. Everything happens for a reason, thinking, even during painful times. Have you experienced a passing only to hear of an announcement of a birth? Or broken up with someone to start dating someone so much more compatible, you wondered what you saw in the past person. Death of situations evolve into the promise of birth of new beginnings. If you can see through the clouds of despair, putting blankets over the situation and blinding yourself can cause you to see through the heartache. Emotion is truly energy in motion, and since everything is energy, money, love, work, etc., the universe feels the vibration changing in your thoughts, and it can change into wonderful things if you allow it to do so. Robin always comes back to the same place each springtime. It's nature's way. I don't know how they know to, but they do. They know the exact spot they're supposed to come back. Robin may be telling you that you need to review your childhood and see where you may have stored away deep within your soul. To see if there is forgiveness that needs to take place, maybe you need to look up an old childhood friend. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.